Good afternoon, my friend. I hope you're having a fantastic day so far. It's Friday. Of course, you're having a good day. Been the end of an amazing long week. But you didn't come in here to listen to me talk about how amazing the day is. You already know how great the day is. I want to talk to you about something that is very specific and it affects a great amount of people that I talk to, and it may even affect you. And if you read the title, you saw why it's important to lose weight. So I know you're probably tired of feeling like your body's actually working against you. But what if I told you that you could do one thing that by losing even the smallest amount of body fat, how it could drastically change your health, your energy levels, and actually how long you live. So stick with me and I'll show you how you can address this one key area and how it can transform your life. Okay. So real quick, let me type this comment here. Comment program for a powerful video. Three steps to peace. All right, boom. Type the comment in. Finally, took me longer than I expected. I apologize for that. So for those that are just joining, we're going to be talking about the importance of reducing your body fat. And I'll start it off with a quick story while I make my oatmeal. Okay. Now, I had a client. His name was Everton. Everton was a very good friend of mine. We worked together in education sales. Basically, we worked for colleges that had online programs and needed students to fill those programs. Well, what we did is not as important as what was going on with Everton. Everton, my good friend, was 6'2", 340 pounds. He was no small fellow. Okay. The reason why I'm telling you the story of Everton and his size is that Everton came to realize that his size was preventing him from being the father and the husband he wanted to be. How is that? How is weight preventing someone from being the best version of themselves? So because of his weight, Everton's energy levels were low. So by the time he got home from work, he didn't have the energy to play with his daughter. And he definitely didn't have the energy to give his wife. On top of that, the weight was causing him severe mobility issues, where Everton, he tells me the story of how he knew it was time to do something. He was playing with his daughter, who was a toddler at the time, and he was on the floor. And in order to get up, he had to crawl over to the couch and use the couch to help prop him up. That's when he knew that he had to do something different because his weight was affecting his life that much. So Everton came to me, he asked me for help, and I created this program for him that helped him lose 20 pounds in 90 days. And over the course of 6 months, he got under 300 pounds and has been able to maintain that. So why do I tell you Everton's story? Because like Everton, many of you are having a similar problem in how your body fat is affecting your life. So these are 3 reasons that you need to reduce your body fat percentages. And the first reason is that when you reduce your body fat percentage, you're going to lower your risk for cardiovascular disease. Why does this matter? Well, excess body fat, particularly visceral fat, the fat that is around your organs, this type of fat is the type of fat that increases your risk for heart disease. It also contributes to high blood pressure, elevated cholesterol, and inflammation. And these are all the precursors to heart disease. Now, why am I talking about heart disease so much? One reason is that I lost my best friend, a guy who was like a big brother to me, at the age of 49 to a heart attack. My father passed 2 years ago due to heart failure. So I have a very invested interest in people reducing their risks for heart disease because I don't want them to feel what I had to feel. But more importantly, according to the CDC, approximately 47% of Americans have at least one risk factor for heart disease. And this risk factor is obesity, high cholesterol. And both of these are linked to excess body fat. So the key point that I want you to take away from this particular section is that by reducing body fat just a little bit, you improve your heart health because you're going to lower your blood pressure. You're going to lower your LDL cholesterol levels, and you're going to reduce the systematic inflammation in your body. And that was more water than what I wanted to put in there, but that's okay. And if you are not new to me, you've heard me talk about how inflammation, chronic inflammation, is part of the reason that some of these diseases are able to grow, because your body's immune system doesn't know what to fight. So the number one reason that it's important for you to lose or reduce your body fat percentage is to lower your risk of cardiovascular disease. Cardiovascular disease is the number one killer of adults, far and above car accidents and gun violence. If you put both of those together, car accidents and gun violence, you would still not have the amount of people that are unalived by heart disease. And why do I talk about this? Because heart disease has been the number one killer of adults the last 10 years. Apologize for that. For the last 10 plus years, heart disease has been the number one killer of adults here in America. So that reason alone is reason to reduce your body fat. The second reason to reduce your body fat. Yes, I'm looking at my notes over here. The second reason to reduce your body fat is to improve your insulin sensitivity and have diabetes prevention. A lot of people think that diabetes is a sugar problem. I talk about this often. Diabetes is not a sugar problem. Diabetes is an insulin sensitivity problem. What do I mean by that? Meaning, sugar in and of itself is not the problem, does not cause diabetes. Having cells that are resistant to insulin, meaning insulin isn't able to do its job, that's what causes diabetes. Because now, more backstory for you to understand this total line of thinking. In order for glucose or sugar in your bloodstream to get into the cell to be used as energy, it needs the hormone insulin, which is released by the pancreas. The cell, think of it as a locked house. And in order for the sugar in your bloodstream to get into the locked house, it needs a key to unlock it. Insulin works as that key to unlock the house so that the cell can get in. So that the sugar can get into the cell. Okay. So why am I going through this whole thing if we're talking about fat reduction? Well, high body fat levels, especially around the abdomen, are one of the leading causes of insulin resistance and a major cause of type 2 diabetes. Because the fat around your abdomen is getting around your pancreas, but more importantly, it's this thing called intramyocellular fat. This is the fat around your cells. And the fat around your cells is what prevents the insulin from doing its job and unlocking the cell so that your blood glucose, so that the glucose in your blood, can get inside. So reason number 2. Now, statistics show, I'm reading my notes here. The CDC reports that 90 to 95% of diabetes cases are type 2 diabetes. And obesity and excess body fat is the major contributor to it. So if the CDC is telling you that it's not your sugar consumption that is leading to obesity, but your body fat percentage, why is everything focused on reducing sugar and lowering carb intake? It should be focused, I'm not going to say what it should be. It would be better for people if they talked about reducing body fat as a way to restore insulin sensitivity and regulate blood sugar levels and potentially reverse pre-diabetes and type 2 diabetes. That's the only that would make more sense to me than telling people to stop eating sugar. So the first 2 reasons why it's important for you to reduce your body fat. 1 is going to reduce your risk for cardiovascular disease, heart disease, heart attack, strokes. The second reason is that it is going to improve your insulin sensitivity, reducing your risk for type 2 diabetes. Now, I told you 3. I'm going to actually give you 4. We're going to talk about the reduced risk of joint and musculoskeletal issues. Carrying excess weight puts pressure on your joints, leading to osteoarthritis, chronic pain, and reduced mobility. If you were here in the beginning, you heard me tell the story of my friend Everton, who had to use a couch to get up so he can get up off the floor after playing with his daughter. Now, mind you, my friend Everton was only 33 at the time. So a 33-year-old man had to use a couch to be able to get his body up off of the floor because of how much his weight had impacted him. Research shows that for every 2 pounds of weight loss, there's about a 4-pound reduction in the pressure on your knees. So for every 2 pounds of fat that you carry, you are putting an additional 4 pounds of pressure on your knees as you walk around. Which one of you is dealing with knee pain and joint pain and they're overweight and wonder why their knees hurt? I'm not coming at you. I'm just talking with you. What's up, Zeno? Give me a call, brother. Would love to talk. Now, key point to take away there. Lowering your body fat percentage improves your mobility and your joint pain, preventing long-term damage. Okay? So if you're somebody who is dealing with being overweight, being obese, somebody who's at risk for cardiovascular disease because they have elevated cholesterol levels, they are pre-diabetes or have diabetes, this is for you. This message was specifically for you to hear today. Okay. So having a kidney transplant, you still can turn around. Now the fifth, or I should say the fourth reason why it's important for you to reduce your body fat percentage is enhanced longevity and quality of life. At 187, where we can get you down, comment the word program, watch the free video, and see if it makes sense for you. If it does, we can have a longer conversation through a free discovery call where you can learn more, or I'll get a chance to learn more about you and your situation, what your goals are, and how my system can help you get there. Okay. So enhance longevity, and quality of life, right? Obesity shortens lifespan. End of story. Period. Point blank. Because it increases your risk of chronic diseases. We just talked about increasing your risk for cardiovascular disease. We just talked about it increasing your risk for diabetes. And I skipped over the cancer piece. Because increased body fat percentage does increase, or higher body fat percentages does increase your risk for certain cancers. Of course, I have to back all this up with research because some people be doubting me. Studies show that people that are obese have a 20 to 30% higher risk of premature death. I'll say that again. People who are obese have a 20 to 30% higher risk of premature death. By reducing body fat, you improve not only your longevity, but your energy and your vitality. Let me tell you another story. One of my oldest clients, before my new two older clients, was 65 years old. When this lady came to me, she was 15 pounds overweight. But because of the weight, she had pain in her knees, pain in her lower back, and her energy was shot. This was unacceptable to her because it felt like her body was keeping her from living the life she wanted. She was an active grandma, and right before she came to me, her son asked her to help out with the grandchildren more because his wife was going back to work, and so they needed more support with the children. And she was scared to commit because she wasn't sure she was going to be able to keep up with the children and maintain the lifestyle that they needed. So with working with me, following the system, shifting her mindset, balancing her hormones, improving her metabolism, Andrea was able to lose 10 pounds in 12 weeks. But what was more important to me than her 10 pounds was when she told me that she felt like she was being the grandmother she always meant she was meant to be. Because now her knee pain and her back pain were gone, and her energy levels allowed her to run with the children at the park. So no more were they getting inactive grandma who had to sit on the bench and watch them play. They got to build memories with their grandma of running around and playing at the park. I know that's something I wish I had when I was younger. So this is the importance of you reducing your body fat. It's not for the look. Of course, looking good always is great. But there are important life moments that you want to be a part of. And if you don't reduce your body fat percentage, you risk the chance of not being here for them. And I'm not saying this to be catastrophic, to fearmonger. I'm talking reality. It's been 2 years since my brother passed of a heart attack. I have to have conversations with my niece, who the year he passed turned 30 years old. Her daughter wasn't even 2 yet. My brother is not here to watch his grandchildren grow up. I'll tell you the story about my mom that got me here to where I am. I watched my mom as a child. I watched my mom struggle with being overweight all of my life. I watched her struggle with diabetes. I watched her struggle with cholesterol. When my mom was only in her 40s, I can't remember the exact year, my mom had 2 heart attacks in 1 year. That was one of the scariest moments in my life up to that point, because I had to watch this person that I thought was invincible. I had to see and watch her in the hospital with tubes in her nose, things coming out of her arms. And this was Superwoman to me. But at that young age, I found out how fragile the human body is. Fast forward to 2013, and she didn't survive her second battle with cancer. The very next year, my son was born. So there are important moments in life that she won't get to experience, that my sons won't get to experience, because my mom didn't have someone helping her take care of her health. So I tell you these powerful stories only to impart to you the importance of prioritizing your health, and reducing your body fat is one of the key levers that you could pull on that will improve your health, because by reducing your body fat, you reduce your risk for heart disease. You reduce your risk for type 2 diabetes. You reduce your risk for certain cancers. And you give yourself the energy back. You reduce your risk of not cardiovascular, but the osteoarthritis issues. So you've just learned how lowering your body fat can save your heart, prevent disease, and even extend your life. However, information without implementation is useless. If you heard all of the words that I've said today and it doesn't move you to change, that means you are now choosing the outcome. I'll say that again. Information without implementation is useless. If you do not take the information that you just gained today and put it to use to make some changes, you are then choosing to stay where you are and whatever outcomes come from that. To help you make the changes so that you can have fat loss that lasts, sustainable and tailored, I created a program that does just that. The program focuses on 3 things: shifting your mindset, balancing your hormones, and improving your metabolism. Comment the word program, and I'll send you a free, powerful video going over those 3 steps and how it can help you reduce body fat. And if the system makes sense and you want help implementing it, it gives you the next steps to take from there. So if you want a free video on how you can actually start to make the changes to lower your body fat percentage, improve your risk of heart disease, or improve your risk of getting heart disease, improve your risk of not getting heart disease, improve your risk of not getting type 2 diabetes, improve your chances of not getting certain cancers. Comment the word program. If there is somebody in your life that you care about, that you want to be around for, comment the word program. If there is somebody in your life that you want to be able to be more engaged with, that you want to be around to watch grow up, comment the word program. Any questions? Any questions? Now, there's 20 people in here. I'm going to post this video. When I post this video, I want you to go to the video and type in the comment section one thing that you took away from this call or from this live, so that other people that are going to watch the live have something to look forward to on why they should watch it. Now, Empress Amek, eggs, are they okay to eat? I would not recommend anyone eating eggs. I recommend and I suggest that people eat a whole food, plant-based way of eating. Why is that? So, although eggs do have a little bit of protein in them, eggs also are high in cholesterol. Outside of the fact that when you're eating that egg, now you're stopping a baby chicken from being able to grow up. There are no nutrients in animal-based products that you cannot get from a plant-based source, because all nutrients started in a plant. And I'll give you the example. So, in order for that chicken to lay an egg, that chicken ate grains. Chicken didn't eat meat. Chicken didn't eat anything else. That farmer fed them grains. So if there's any protein in the chicken's meat, or if there's any protein in the chicken's egg, it came from the grains that that chicken ate. And like Keys 60 just told y'all, mung beans are a great alternative to egg. So there is a company called Just Egg, and they use mung beans. So Just Eggs is the brand that you can use that makes an egg substitute. Or there's another brand that I don't remember the name of them off the top of my head. So that's an option for you. However, what I would implore you is to move away from even some of the substitutes that need something. Get to that, back to that in a second. So I hope that's helpful. And thanks, Key, for chiming in. Any other questions? Any questions about what we talked about? So for those that are just joining us, I gave you 4 reasons that it's important for you to start reducing your body fat. Well, Empress Amek, if that's what you're looking to do, comment the word program, watch the video, and if it makes sense, let's see if working with me to help implement the system makes sense for you. Only thing that you have to invest originally is your time, because the video is free. The discovery call or strategy call It's free. Absolutely. Comment the word program so I can send you that video. Okay. Anybody else have questions? Or for those that have just joined us, I gave you 4 reasons it's important for you to reduce your body fat percentage. The first one is it reduces your risk for cardiovascular disease, heart attacks, and strokes. The second one is that it reduces your risk for type 2 diabetes by improving your insulin sensitivity. Number 3 is that it reduces your risk for osteoarthritis and joint pain and inflammation. And number 4, it gives you back longevity and quality of life, because people who are obese have a 30 to 40%, I'm sorry, let me not make sure I don't speak incorrectly, a 20 to 30% risk of premature death. I told you the story of Everton, who, thanks to losing 30 pounds, he felt that he could be the better father that he needed to be and husband that he could be, because now he had the energy and the patience to give time to his wife, to have playtime with his daughter after a long day of dealing with corporate America. Told you the story of Andrea, who was a grandmother of 65, who, after losing 10 pounds, reducing her inflammation, she got rid of her knee pain, back pain, and gained enough energy that now she felt confident babysitting and being the caregiver for her grandchildren while her son and his wife were at work. I told you the story of my own brother, who didn't make these changes in enough time and died of a heart attack at 49 years old, leaving behind teenage children, 2 twins. I think Natalie was 25, and then the oldest was 30, and grandkids. I told you the story of my mom, who left behind her 4 children, slew of grandchildren, and did not get to meet all of her grandchildren. I tell you these stories so that you can see the real life implications of the choices that you're making. Because you're either changing or you're choosing. If you're not changing the situation, you're not changing your habits, you're choosing the life that comes from the habits that you currently have. Are you happy with that life? Are you happy with your health? Are you happy with how your body fat percentage is causing you to feel day to day? Are you happy with your energy levels? Only you can answer that. I can't. If the answer was no, I'm unhappy to any of those questions, I created a course, a program that makes losing fat simple, sustainable, and tailored to your busy life. Comment the word program, and I'll send you a video that outlines 3 simple steps that you can start to do immediately to see a reduction in your body fat. And if you want help implementing those 3 steps, that's where my program and my coaching comes into play. If you could literally take everything in this. The video is only 7 minutes, by the way. You could take everything in this 7 minutes. So comment the word program, Z Skincare. Comment the word program, and I'll send you that video. And if you're okay with the status quo, you don't have to do anything. I'm not here talking to you. I'm here talking to the person that is tired of being tired, that is sick of being sick, that has made up their mind that they no longer want to feel lethargic. They no longer want to wake up feeling tired like they never went to sleep. I'm talking to the person who has made up their mind that they are willing to do everything it takes to ensure that they have longevity and quality of life. I was talking to one of my clients on Friday, and she told me that the reason that she decided to join my coaching program is that when she reaches her mother's age, she does not want to have someone else taking care of her. She wants to have full autonomy over her life. She doesn't want someone having to change an adult diaper. She doesn't want someone having to wash and cleanse her. And this is something that she decided because it's exactly what she's currently having to do for her mom. And she knows the weight that she's carrying because of that. And she doesn't want to put that weight on her children. So everyone's reason is going to be different. Everyone's reason is going to be different. But if you are someone who is ready to make changes, comment the word program and watch the free video. And you can implement what you learn in the video and be perfectly fine. But if you want to accelerate your progress, you want to accelerate the time from where you are now to where you want to be, 10, 20, 30, 40 pounds less, more energized, fitting into your favorite clothes the way you want them to fit, walking with more confidence, having more peace of mind, knowing that you have your health under control and you're not dependent on the doctor and the medicines that they prescribe you. If you're someone who doesn't want to be chained to medications for the rest of their life, comment the word program. I'll send you a free video. If the video makes sense and you want help implementing what you learn, I'm here. I'm very transparent. I'm not going to bait and switch. The video is free. I'm teaching you exactly what you can implement. My hope in sharing the information in this video is that you'll say, I love the idea. I need help implementing it, and I want you to implement it for me, coach. I'm very transparent. I am helping you by showing you that I can help you. And if you decide to allow me to help you, all the better. If not, take the information and implement it on your own. It doesn't matter to me how you implement it. It only matters to me that you implement it. Because again, information without implementation is a waste of time. It's a waste of energy. You might as well have not learned anything. Because you could read a book a week and have read 52 books throughout the year and not achieve as much as a person who read one book and implemented everything they learned from that book. Information without implementation is useless. They always say knowledge is power. Knowledge is not power. Knowledge applied is power. I'll answer one more question and then I'm going to sit down and eat because I've needed to eat this oatmeal since 2:00. I've been hungry since then. So I'll answer one more question. Who has a question about weight loss, about the program, about the video, anything in between? There's no questions. I'm perfectly fine with that. I'll let y'all go. Okay, so since there's no questions that have popped in, thank you for spending this time with me today. Be sure to share and save this video. Follow if it's your first time here. You've tried and can't lose weight. I understand that sentiment. I've worked with clients like that. Debbie Kelly, comment the word program. Let's get you the video and let's see if my system makes sense for you. Because I know what that feeling of frustration is when you've tried everything and it's not working. What powders you used? I didn't use any powders today. That was flaxseed powder that I used in my oatmeal today. You're very welcome. Thank you all for sharing your time with me today. If you don't follow me already, if it's your first time here, thank you for joining me. Hit that follow button, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace. Okay, so in my smoothie, typically in my smoothie, there is maca powder, ashwagandha powder, and lion's mane. On top of that, I use hemp seed powder, pea protein, and brown rice protein. Those are the powders that typically go in my smoothies. But I need to go eat. Thank you. I'm glad that I have earned your trust. Thank you. So go ahead and comment the word program, Debbie. And let's get you in the cycle of making the changes. I know you can change. You don't have to think it. You know it. You can do it. I know that you can do it because you've tried other things and you're still willing to try more. So I know that you can do it. The only reason that I'm on here that I haven't left yet, Debbie, is because I'm waiting on you to comment the word program so you can get the help that you deserve. So as soon as you comment the word program, I'm leaving. Because I want to eat this food because it done already got cold. You're very welcome. Did you already comment the word program? Somebody laughing. I don't remember saying anything funny. Yes, perfect. Okay. Well, Sturdy DJ just got her program in there too, so it's a good thing I didn't leave yet. So everyone that commented the word program, I sent you a private message in your DM with a link to access the video. Click that link, leave your name, email, and whatever else information they ask for, and you'll be taken immediately to the video to watch. Once you watch the video, at the end, I'm going to give you the offer and the opportunity to book a free strategy call with me. On that strategy call, we're going to go over where you are now, where you want to be, and how my system can help you get there. And if it makes sense, we'll talk about how that goes. Thanks, Laz. So thank you for joining me. I'm going to go eat, share, follow, all of that other good stuff. Until the next time we see each other, find your reason to live healthy and then make the change. Peace.